What's good, guys? This is the last minute full card predictions of UFC 317 International Fight Week, baby. Does it get better than this? I don't think it does. I think this is going to be one of the best, if not the best card of the year 2025. We'll see. Maybe 319 is better. But I will say, guys, if you guys haven't, just give me a like. We're going to do something a lot different today. So, as many of you guys know, we usually go over the totals, the method of victories, and the double chances. We're going to make it a little bit more faster, and we're going to go over the props that I like specifically. So, weight misses and cancellations. Only person who didn't make weight is Christopher Ewart. Christopher Ewart versus Jackson McVeigh is off. Arman Saryukian weighs in at 155 as the backup. And I think this is going to be a very good card. We have 11 fights, I believe. And it can't get better than this. So, here we go. Drop a like. Last time I asked for it. Let's go. Minus 390 for Jhonata. Diniz, Alvin Hines plus 310. Diniz was supposed to fight Justin Tafa. Jhonata Diniz is a powerhouse. I'd say Deniz's biggest issue is his wrestling. A massive hole in the wrestling department. He couldn't get up in his last fight if his life depended on it against Marcin Tybura. Diniz is 2-1 in the UFC. He has won by KO 6 times in the first, 1 TKO in the second, and has only won by decision once. Alvin Hines matched up against Alvin Hines, an undefeated heavyweight who eats one to give one. He gets sloppy in there. He is primarily a wrestler, but I will say he can strike as well. He faced his toughest test. I think Diniz should be able to win this fight because he already faced his toughest test in Marcin Tybura. I will say one thing about Alvin Hines is he can wrestle very well. He has good timing on his takedowns, and once on top, he does go for position over submission. Very good control. Let's go over the props. In this case, guys, we're going to go over methods of victory. Will this fight go the distance? And then I'll tell you guys my favorite props. Diniz by KO minus 155. Diniz by sub plus 2700. Diniz by points plus 430. Hines by KO plus 650. Hines by sub plus 800. Hines by points plus 1000. Will this fight go the distance? Excuse me. Whoa. No at a minus 400. Yes at a plus 280. Over 1.5 minus 110. Under 1.5 minus 116. Diniz by KO on points minus 360. Guys, give me Diniz by KO, minus 155. I'm going to take Diniz moneyline, minus 390. It is chalky-locky. Give me the over 1.5 at a minus 110. And give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 400. Let's go. I will say this is going to be an absolute banger matchup. Let's go, my guy, Jhonata Diniz to win. I'm going to go by KO round 1 or 2. 1 or 2 KO. Let's go. Now let's get to the next fight. 928. Jacobe Smith versus Niko Price. Jacobe Smith minus 2,200. Niko Price plus 1,100. This is a great way to start off the card. Niko is 16-8 overall, 2-3 of his last 5. He has lost to Phil Rowe by KO, Robbie Lawler by KO, and most recently lost to Themba Gorimbo by decision. His most recent win is a win over Alex Moreno. One of my favorite Niko Price performances against Randy Brown, punched from the back. Beautiful hammer fist, actually. Niko has only lost by decision twice in his entire career. Majority of the time he loses, it's inside the distance. Matched up against Jacobe Smith. I believe Jacobe Smith is the kryptonite to guys like Niko. Niko is 35, but he isn't in his prime anymore. Jacobe Smith reminds me so much of Mansour Abdul-Malik a little bit. Jacobe Smith has 7 TKOs in the first, vicious ground and pound, 1 TKO in the second, and only 2 wins by decision. Smith is only 29 and he hasn't faced adversity yet, but I still think Jacobe Smith should be able to win this fight. I like Jacobe by KO. I think it's the way to go. Let's go with the props. Smith by KO minus 270. Smith by sub plus 460. Smith by points plus 750. Price by KO plus 2300. Price by sub plus 5000. Damn. Price by points plus 2100. Over 1.5 plus 188. Under 1.5 minus 250. Smith to land 1 takedown minus 175. Smith by KO or sub minus 650. Smith by KO on points minus 420. Give me Jacobe Smith by KO minus 270. I'm going to take the under 1.5 at a minus 250. Give me Smith to land 1 takedown at a minus 175. And give me Smith by KO or submission at a minus 650. I think he should be able to win this fight inside the distance. Let's go, my guy, Jacobe Smith. Let's go. Now we're already here. You guys already know what time it is. I think this is going to be a good card. One thing I will say is I got to get the timestamp right. Here we go. There we go. We got the face-off now. Terrance McKinney versus Slava Claus. It's going to be an absolute banger matchup. Obviously, his name is Viacheslav Borshchev, but I'm going to say Slava Claus. Minus 172 for Terrance McKinney. Slava Claus plus 144. This fight will be an absolute war. You guys know I say Terrance McKinney's like a Black Ops, Call of Duty Zombies mystery box. You never know what you're going to get. You're going to get the ray gun. You're going to get the teddy bear. You don't know what you're going to get. Terrance is coming off of a win over Damir Haslovic. He finished him. He is 6-4 in the UFC. Drew Dober. Oh, he's 6-4 in the UFC, losing to Drew Dober, Ismail Bonfim, Nazim Sadikov, and most recently Esteban Ribovics. Those guys all have something in common. They have some power that can be generated like no other. So no shame into losing to those guys. Terrance can get hit with a lot of wild shots. Normally, that wouldn't normally land on a normal fighter, but Terrance is not a normal fighter. He's a wild fighter. Terrance is so tricky, so athletic, but can get cracked so many times, and he has no stamina. 11 fights in the UFC. Hasn't seen a third round. Matched up against Slava Claus Borshchev. Borshchev is 8-5-1. He is 2-2-1 in his last 5, losing to Chase Hooper by Darce choke, and most recently lost to Tom Nolan by decision. Slava Claus has been taken down 30 times in 8 UFC fights. That's a massive red flag. Terrance can definitely win this fight. I don't even think he's going to wrestle if he needs it. If he gets wobbled, I can't even trust Terrance to have the wrestling in his back pocket, although he does have it. The pick is going to be Terrance McKinney. I think Terrance should be able to win this fight. I like Terrance inside the distance. Only 30, but I know anything can happen, and we've seen Terrance get pulled out cold before. Let's go over the props. Terrance by KO plus 160. Terrance by sub plus 340. Terrance by points plus 1,300. Slava Claus by KO plus 210. Slava by sub plus 2,700. Slava by points plus 850. Over 1.5 plus 166. Under 1.5 minus 215. Terrance to land 1 takedown minus 190. Fight ends by KO minus 220. Terrance by KO or sub minus 155. Give me Terrance McKinney by KO plus 160. I'll take Terrance moneyline minus 172. Give me the under 1.5 at a minus 215. And give me that this fight ends by KO at a minus 220. Let's go. Let's go. I will say this is going to get crazy. It's going to get ugly and it's going to get dicey. But may the best man win. Here we go now. I know a lot of people are going to say this is a bathroom break. But I think that this one's a good one. I think this one's a good one. Comment 7-minute gang. Let's go. Tracy Guillat Cortez versus Viviane Araujo. Plus 205 for Viviane Araujo. Tracy Guillat Cortez minus 260. I don't know if it gets better than this. This is going to be crazy. How many times are we going to see the Tracy Cortez tequila commercial tomorrow? I don't know. But I don't have enough fingers to count. Araujo has been outstruck 7 fights in a row. This one is a weird one. Good fight here. Viviane Araujo is coming off of one of her best wins yet over Karine Silva. Her other win, most recently, is a decision win over Jennifer Maia. Araujo is 13-6 overall. She has lost 5 fights by decision and has only been finished once in her entire career by KO. Araujo is a good striker, great volume, but each one to give one negative striking differential. Araujo got lucky. Karine Silva was performing like very bad her last time out. Araujo averages 2 takedowns per fight, 80% takedown defense as well. Matched up against my baby girl, Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez is very pretty. We all just saw Claudia Sagula win last week. And I think that Tracy Cortez has an issue where she can just get tagged on the feet. She can just look at her opponent. She can be very flat-footed. But Tracy is not particularly dangerous anywhere. Although her BJJ is pretty good. She does have great wins over Erin Blanchfield by split in Invictica 34, and a great win over Jasmine Jasdavicius. Tracy is hotter, and she's younger, and she's more athletic. I think Tracy Cortez should be able to win this fight. But she's coming off of that short notice loss against Rose Namajunas, where she even got taken down in that fight. I will say, I believe Tracy has the better cardio, but Araujo is more technical. So this is a fight where Tracy's going to have to make it a dog fight. Viviane is a way better striker than Tracy. But I think Tracy should be able to win this fight. It's going to be a low-confidence pick, 38 versus 31. It's going to be a very, very good fight. I will say may the best girl win. Let's go over the props. Tracy by KO plus 2,300. Tracy by sub plus 1,400. Tracy by points minus 190. In my opinion, you don't even have to touch this fight, in my opinion. It's a 1-800 gambling type of fight. Araujo by KO plus 1,500. Araujo by sub plus 1,000. Araujo by points plus 350. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 600. I like that. Tracy by KO on points minus 220. Araujo to land 1 takedown minus 170. Tracy to land 1 takedown minus 550. Give me Tracy Cortez moneyline at a minus 260. I'm going to take Tracy to land 1 takedown at a minus 550. Give me Tracy by KO on points, minus 220. And give me Tracy by points at a minus 190. And I'll take that this fight goes the distance. Chalky Locky, minus 600. Let's go, my girl, Tracy Cortez. Baby girl. All right, 1250. Let's go. Baby girl, let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl. Hyder Amil versus Jose Delgado. Hyder Amil plus 126. Jose Delgado minus 154. This might be fight of the night. I think that this one's going to be an absolute banger. And man, is the height very discrepant. Hyder Amil is a guy who I don't want to fade, but I will say eventually Hyder Amil is going to lose, guys. It's going to be crazy, but I don't know. Jung Lee, he beat him by KO in an absolute barn burner. Crazy way to start off the first round. Jung Lee, he beat Jung Lee by KO. And I picked against him when he fought William as well. Against William Gomis, I picked against him, and he clearly won that fight. It was razor close, but I still gave it to Hyder Amil. Hyder Amil is 11-0, surprisingly the underdog, but I will say it makes more sense as we get into it and we take a deeper dive. He is 3-0 in LFA, 3-0 in Bellator, and 3-0 in the UFC. Hyder is super aggressive, good power, can wrestle if needed. Not too special in the wrestling department, though. Majority of Hyder Amil's wins are inside the distance, mostly by KO. He can get a bit wild and lose position by chasing a finish. It was a close fight with Gomis, matched up against Jose Delgado. Delgado has 5 wins by KO, 4 wins by sub overall, and only lost by decision once. Delgado has a 100% finish rate, a very good athlete with great movement, great head movement, Mike Tyson style in and out bobbing. Delgado has an amazing ability to just make things work and create chaos. He can wrestle, he has it in his back pocket as well. I think this is going to be one of the fight of the night potentials. Hyder Amil by KO plus 300. Hyder Amil by sub plus 1,100. Amil by points plus 500. Jose by KO plus 300. Jose by sub plus 460. Jose by points plus 340. Over 1.5 minus 154. Under 1.5 plus 122. Hyder Amil to land one takedown minus 130. Give me Hyder Amil money line plus 126. I'm going to take the over 1.5 at a minus 154. I think Hyder Amil has a granite chin. We'll see how it works tomorrow. And give me Hyder Amil by points at a plus 500. Let's go, my guy Hyder Amil to win this fight. I'll go 29-28, but I will say this is going to be a brawl, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody ends up getting finished inside the distance. Although none of these guys have gotten finished yet in their career. It's going to be an absolute banger. Let's go. Hyder Amil. 14-16. RoboCop versus Gregory Rodrigues. This is going to be an absolute banger. RoboCop versus Jack Hermansson, excuse me. Jack Hermansson plus 184. Gregory Rodrigues minus 230. This is a good fight. I think this is a great way to get the people interested, you know, right before the main card. Oh, what's the next fight? Oh, it's this one. All right, you know what? I'll pay attention. At 24-8. By the way, are you guys going to have pizza or are you guys going to have wings tomorrow? What is it going to be? It's going to be wings for me, I would hope. 24-8. And okay, excuse me. Jack Hermansson is primarily a grappler. At 24-8, he is 11-6 in the UFC, 3-2 in his last 5, losing to Sean Strickland by split and Roman Dolidze by KO. His most recent outing is a 5-round main event win 1 year and 4 months ago against Joe Pyfer. He lost the first 2 rounds and then he won the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Jack Hermansson, maybe plus 3.5 is a sneaky play here. Matched up against RoboCop. RoboCop is 16-6 overall, 7-3 in the UFC. Coming off of a KO loss to Jared Cannonier, 21 seconds into round 4 after gassing very badly. The pick is going to be RoboCop. But I really like the momentum that he had before losing to Jared Cannonier. Beating Dennis Tulunlin, Brad Tavares, and Christian Leroy Duncan. I think that was a great run. I will say, I need RoboCop to win the 1st and 2nd, or at least the 1st and 3rd. This is going to be one of those fights where it's going to get ugly, it's going to get dicey, and it's going to get sweaty. Let's go for the props. RoboCop by KO plus 200. RoboCop by sub plus 700. RoboCop by points plus 230. Jack Hermansson by KO plus 1,000. Hermansson by sub plus 2,000. Hermansson by points plus 290. Hermansson by sub is not crazy. He's submitted a lot of people before. I believe he submitted Gerald Mearshart, who is known to be an absolute beast in the submission game. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 116, no at a minus 110. RoboCop by KO on points, minus 165. Alright, give me RoboCop money line at a minus 230. I'm going to take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 116. And give me RoboCop by KO on points at a minus 165. And I'll take RoboCop by points at a plus 230. A nice little sprinkle. Let's go. 15-26, let's go. I cannot wait for this one. This one's going to be a banger. Payton Talbott versus Felipe Lima. Payton Talbott plus 148. Felipe Lima minus 184. This is a fun fight if you like entertainment. Do not miss this fight. Payton is 9-1. Flashy striker. Good power. Good 1-2. Good leg kicks. He has an ability to create an opening and capitalize on the next shot. Against Barcelos, he suffered his first pro MMA loss. He was grappled heavy and surprisingly survived while being put in danger. Talbott can sometimes worry a bit too much about how he looks rather than how he fights. Will this fight... I don't know. This fight is one of those fights where anybody can win. I will say this is going to get sketchy. Talbott has his hair. In my notes I said, will we see Talbott with his hair back? And he is back with his hair. Talbott is crazy. I will say Payton is looking to get back in the win column. Matched up against Felipe Lima, a prospect, another prospect. He's 27 years old, 14-1 and 0. 2-0 in the UFC. Lima has 4 wins by KO, 3 wins by sub, and 7 wins by decision. Lima is a prospect in the making. Great grappling, a good 1-2. Great double leg, great timing on his takedowns. When you back him up, he does have good timing on his double leg. Lima doesn't have an insane amount of power, but he does train with all-stars. I believe his gym is better than Payton Talbott, but we're talking about a fight right here. Lima is on a 14-fight win streak. His only loss is his first bout by submission. Lima's last time out, he looked great against Miles Johns, but Miles Johns is not Payton Talbott. Let's go over the props. Lima by KO plus 850. Lima by sub plus 550. Lima by points plus 125. Talbott by KO plus 390. Talbott by sub plus 1,500. Talbott by points plus 470. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 150. No at a plus 118. Lima to land 1 takedown minus 900. Lima by sub or points minus 145. I am going to be taking Felipe Lima. Low confidence, but I think he does get the job done. Give me Felipe Lima money line at a minus 184. I'll take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 150. Give me Lima by points at a plus 125. And I'll take Lima to land 1 takedown at a minus 900. And last but not least, give me Lima by submission on points at a minus 145. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. 1641. Renato Money Moicano versus Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush minus 102. Renato Moicano minus 120. Beneil Dariush is 22-6 overall on a 2-fight losing skid, losing to Charles Oliveira by KO, and most recently, Arman Tsarukyan knocked him out cold 1 minute and 4 seconds. 1 year and 6 months ago in round 1. Beneil is 16-6 in the UFC. Beneil has never lost by decision. 5 wins by KO, 8 wins by sub, 9 wins by decision. Beneil has been KO'd 4 times in the first round, once in the second, and only has been subbed once. Matched up against Renato Money Moicano, 36 years old, at 20 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw. He just lost to the champion, Islam Makhachev, on short notice. Both of these guys are ready, but Beneil is getting older and older as the days go. Moicano makes things work with his forward pressure. He does have a questionable chin. He averages almost 2 takedowns per fight. He drags you down. Once on top, he has very good control. But Renato is not the better striker, in my opinion, here. I will say age is a factor, a massive factor. And I will say Beneil definitely has a chance to win this fight. Beneil having one of the longest layoffs on this card makes me worried. But I think this is going to be a banger fight no matter what. Moicano said on his podcast that he's very busy. He got an insane amount of fame. Let's go with the props. Moicano by KO plus 500, which is insane. Moicano by sub plus 370. Moicano by points plus 350. Beneil by KO plus 460. Beneil by sub plus 900. Beneil by points plus 260. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 108. No at a minus 136. Moicano by sub plus 135. Moicano by sub or points, plus 135. In this case, guys, I am going to go with Money Moicano. Renato Money Moicano. Moicano wants money. I am going to go Moicano, guys. Give me Moicano money line. Low confidence, 1-800-GAMBLER type of fight. I am going to skip this fight in some parlays. Have your noties on, because in the community post, I'm going to update you guys. I'm going to take Moicano money line minus 120. Give me Moicano by points plus 350. I'm going to take that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 136. And give me Moicano by submission on points at a plus 135. Let's go, my guy. Money Moicano. Let's go. 1750. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval. This is going to be an absolute banger. Brandon Royval plus 104. Joshua Van minus 128. Banger fight. One of my favorite matchups on the entire card. Number 11. I believe he's number 12 now. Number 12, Joshua Van is taking on number 1 ranked Brandon Royval. This is as good as it gets. Brandon Royval is a high volume, high output striker, landing almost 5 significant strikes per minute. He has pressure and works. A lot of weapons in his arsenal, such as elbows, a good 1-2, uppercuts, low kicks. I'd say elbows from the bottom are very dangerous. Brandon is 17-7, 4 wins by KO, 9 wins by sub, and 4 wins by decision, 3 of those being by split. Which is a massive red flag in my opinion. That means that this fight's going to be a razor close fight, but every fight is different. Matched up against Joshua Van. Joshua Van is only 23 years old, has great volume, great output, and lands almost 8 significant strikes per minute. Joshua Van has 7 wins by KO, 2 wins by sub, and 5 wins by decision. We just saw Joshua Van winning against Bruno Silva, and I believe that was only 2 weeks ago. He is 7-1 in the UFC at only 23 years old. Does it get any better than this? Joshua Van looked amazing against Bruno Silva. The leg kicks were adding up a little bit, but I will say he still has so much to improve. I know he's looking absolutely insane. Both of these guys are going to get better after this fight. It's only going to make them better. The pick is going to be Brandon Royval. Let's go over the props. Royval by KO plus 650. Royval by sub plus 850. Royval by points plus 240. Joshua Van by KO plus 460. Van by sub plus 2600. Van by points plus 155. If you are on the Joshua Van side, you can jump on Joshua Van by points at a plus 155. In this case, I'm on Brandon Royval. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 205. No at a plus 156. I like yes at a minus 205, but it's going to get sweaty. We know that Joshua Van or any of these guys can get finished. It's the fight game. Royval by KO on points plus 140. Royval by sub or points plus 155. Give me Brandon Royval moneyline plus 104. I'm going to take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 205. I'm going to take Brandon Royval by KO on points. And give me Brandon Royval by submission on points at a plus 155. Let's go, my guy, Brandon Royval for the dub. Now, it's going to get even better. It's the co-main event, guys. I cannot wait for this one. It's going to get crazy. The arena's going to get loud. I believe Brandon Royval and Joshua Van should have fight of the night. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to have banger fight after banger fight after banger fight. It's going to be an absolute good card, guys. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is going to be an absolute banger fight. Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Kara-France. Pantoja minus 245. Kai Kara-France plus 194. This is the rematch. The first time these two fought was on The Ultimate Fighter in an exhibition fight with only 2 rounds. Pantoja was able to win by decision. Alexander Pantoja is on the road to being one of the greatest flyweight champs ever. He has always goes forward pressure, looks to stick to his game plan, decent power, good leg kicks, and an amazing fight IQ and decision making. Pantoja is 13-3 in the UFC, looking to defend his belt for the 4th time. Pantoja lost to Oscar Askarov and Davison Figueiredo most recently. Pantoja is primarily a grappler. His bread and butter is pressure, forward style, and that backpack style. Pantoja, at 35 years old, might retire very soon. Matched up against Kai Kara-France. Kai Kara is very unique. He's a very unique fighter, and his story is very amazing. If you haven't heard it, I think you should. He has an 88% takedown defense and is coming off of what should be a 2-fight win streak, but he broke a 2-fight losing skid recently. He beat Steve Erceg by KO with a right cross, and he lost to Brendan Moreno. But what I think was a robbery razor decision, he lost against Amir Albazi. I thought Kai won that fight. Kai, content to let his hands go and just go off. He downloaded data very quick and he can adjust very well in between rounds. He read Steve Erceg like a book. Against Brendan Moreno, he had a massive hole in that blast body kick. The liver kick was open for Brendan Moreno to land. Pantoja, 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 unanimous decision, maybe even split. I will say, Kaya Sakura had a little bit of success in the striking department against Pantoja. It's just that when Pantoja was able to get the triangle, that's when things got ugly. I do think, Kai is ready. And I think this is going to be a 5-round war. I really do think that this one is going to give Joshua Van and Brandon Royval a run for their money. Let's go over the props. Pantoja by KO plus 650. Pantoja by sub plus 220. Pantoja by points plus 210. Kai Kara by KO plus 500. Kai Kara-France by sub plus 2900. Kai Kara by points plus 420. This guy Kai has 13 first-round finishes or 13 wins by KO, I believe. This guy, to win by KO is plus 500. It's not impossible. Over 4.5 minus 108. Under 4.5 minus 118. Pantoja to land 1 takedown minus 750. Pantoja by sub or points minus 165. Pantoja to win by sub rounds 2, 3, and 4 plus 410. 1 knockdown in this fight plus 120. And 4 takedowns in this fight plus 170. Give me Pantoja. Lock of the week minus 245 money line. I'm going to take Pantoja by points plus 210. Give me the over 4.5 out of minus 108. Give me Pantoja to land 1 takedown minus 750. I like Pantoja by submission on points minus 165. And give me Pantoja to win by sub rounds 2, 3, and 4 plus 410. And last but not least, I'll say one knockdown in this fight at a plus 120 from either of these guys. I think it definitely hits. Let's go. Main event time. Now this is going to get crazy. I can't believe it. It's already 317, International Fight Week. Both of these guys signed the dotted line. Let's appreciate both of these guys for just saving 317. Who knows what 317 would have been without these guys. Charles "DuBronx" Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria minus 430. Charles Oliveira plus 320. Main event of the evening. This is a war. I love this. I love this type of fight. We've had some shit main events. Macy Barber pulls out. UFC 316, Marab subs. O'Malley. I mean, I really wanted a competitive fight. That fight was just dominant. Buckley, Usman. Domination. Khalil, Jamal. No war whatsoever. This is why lightweight is one of the best divisions in the UFC. Finally, we can get a fun main event. We need a war. Charles Oliveira has a lot of different outcomes in this fight. A lot of versatility in his weapons and his arsenal. The most submissions in the UFC. A lot of versatility in the submissions as well. Oliveira's 3-2 in his last 5, losing to Islam Makhachev and most recently Arman Tsarukyan. Oliveira's coming off of a rematch decision win over Michael Chandler. I thought he looked off in that fight. I thought he didn't look as good as he did in the first bout against Michael Chandler. He got hurt bad in the 5th round and was holding on to Michael Chandler almost for dear life. And we just saw Paddy finish Chandler, something Olives couldn't do the second time. Charles is 35 years old. He has gotten dropped in almost every single one of his fights. Obviously not every fight, but most recently a majority of his fights. He always turns it up a notch when he gets dropped. This is a big ask. Even a massive ask for an Oliveira fan. But I will say, I think he could put up a good fight. Matched up against Ilia Topuria. Incredible knockout power, incredible full work, and an amazing sub game. I will say, you're going to have to throw the entire kitchen sink at Ilia. Because this guy's going to keep on coming forward. Ilia started as a grappler, getting his first 7 wins by sub. He has a wide variety of subs. Triangle choke, rear naked choke, guillotine choke, anaconda choke, and triangle armbar. He has yet to win by darce. Ilia is competing at 155 for the second time in the UFC. The first time was against Jai Herbert. Everybody knows this. Jai Herbert dropped him. Charles has proven himself over and over again. This is new gen. He is fighting. Ilia is only 28 years old. Ilia as lightweight champ is insane. Ilia is going to be the pick, but can you imagine Charles Oliveira working in the clinch, landing knees, landing a good collar tie, and off the break he lands a nice 1-2, a nice right hand like he did against Gaethje? I will say Oliveira taking Ilia Topuria's back is something that I can see, but I will say I think Ilia can survive with Oliveira on his back as well. This is going to be a tough fight for both of these guys. I think both of these guys, both of their stocks are going to go up after this fight. May the best man win. Let's go over the props. Ilia by KO minus 165. Ilia by sub plus 600. Ilia by points plus 800. Charles by KO plus 1,000. Charles by sub plus 700. Charles by points plus 1,400. Over 1.5 minus 132. Under 1.5 plus 104. One knockdown in this fight minus 240. I like that prop. One knockdown in this fight at a minus 240. We know Charles Oliveira gets dropped a lot. Even if Oliveira drops Ilia, it hits. I like that prop a lot. Ilia by KO or sub, minus 250. You guys know that's in my 6 best bets in lock of the week. Ilia by KO runs 1, 2, or 3, minus 115. Ilia by KO runs 3, 4, and 5, plus 390. If you're on the DuBronx side, don't get fancy. Just take his money line at a plus 320. Oliveira's he's a dangerous, elite grappler. He can definitely finish this fight by KO or submission. If you're on the DuBronx side, just take plus 320 Oliveira. In this case, guys, I'm going to take Ilia Topuria. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take Ilia Topuria to win this fight inside the distance. I'm going to go by round 3 KO or submission. If it's a submission, I'm going to go darce choke by submission. Ilia by darce. If it's by KO, I think it's going to be off on the cage. Oliveira back against the fence. Ilia Topuria unloading bombs. And then he finishes him with an overhand right. Or maybe a nice body shot TKO. Give me Ilia Topuria money line, minus 430. I'm going to take Ilia Topuria by KO at a minus 165. Give me the over 1.5 at a minus 132. Give me one knockdown in this fight at a minus 240. Give me Ilia by KO or sub minus 250. I'll take Ilia by KO rounds 1, 2, or 3 minus 115. Ilia by KO by rounds 1, 2, or 3 minus 115. And Ilia by KO or on points minus 250. Let me repeat it, guys, one more time. Ilya moneyline minus 430. Excuse me, I'm rolling my tongue. Ilya moneyline minus 430. Give me Ilya by KO minus 165. Give me the over 1.5 minus 132. One knockdown in this fight minus 240. Ilya by KO or sub minus 250. And Ilya to win by KO rounds 1, 2, or 3 minus 115. May the best man win. I am going to go Ilya by KO round 3 or submission round 3. I think Oliveira should be a little bit more durable. I'm banking on Oliveira to be durable to survive the over 1.5, but I know that's asking for a lot. Ilya saying that he's going to finish Oliveira in the first round, so if anything, jump on the under 1.5. But I am taking the over 1.5 because I like Oliveira. I will say this is going to be a crazy outcome. May the best man win. Ilya as champ is going to be an insane look. But anything can happen in a fight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. The best is blessed, baby. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys are wondering what type of bets I'm thinking of, go to 6 best bets and lock of the week. I gave you guys a parlay section, 2 bonuses, and of course my lock of the week was 6 money lines that I like. I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Peace. The best is blessed. Enjoy this card. And have your notifications on because I'm going to update you guys with some bets that I'm thinking of in the community post tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Give me a like. Peace.